For a decade, the promise of artificial intelligence was its lack of borders, a global nervous system where code moved as freely as light. But that unified network has just collided with physical barriers. A single U.S. policy shift suddenly barred foreign nationals from accessing Anthropic's most advanced models, Mythos and Fable 5. With one export control, the world's most sophisticated reasoning engines became off-limits to the entire Asian market. This created a massive structural gap. The Asian AI market is currently valued at $847 billion, and it just lost its primary access to frontier intelligence. Access is no longer a matter of budget, it is a matter of geography. That vacuum didn't stay empty for long. Within 2 weeks of the Anthropic ban, 4 separate Asian startups launched local competitors to reclaim their domestic markets. In Tokyo, the startup Sakana AI launched Fugu to support Japanese enterprises. In Singapore, Vertex AI debuted Phoenix 7, specifically advertising Mythos-level reasoning without the risk of U.S. regulatory interference. The regional wave continued with MindForge launching their Atlas model out of Seoul, while 360 Security in Beijing released Tulongfeng, a model framed not just as a tool, but as a strategic national asset for vulnerability detection. These startups are positioning themselves as more than just regional alternatives. They are offering something U.S. providers cannot: absolute data residency and a guarantee that their intelligence will never be shut off by a foreign commerce department. While foreign competitors rise, the U.S. government is formalizing its own domestic control. Executive Order 14409 has replaced the old informal system of phone calls and ad hoc vetting with a structured framework for oversight. At its center is a 30-day FIRAL review period. Before a frontier AI model can be released to the public, the government now requires a full month of early access to evaluate potential cybersecurity and national security risks. The order avoids mandatory licensing, but the practical effect is clear. Any lab that refuses to cooperate essentially flags their model as a threat, inviting federal scrutiny before the first user even logs in. As raw intelligence begins to plateau across the major labs, the competitive front has shifted. The new battle isn't about making models smarter, it's about making them faster and more efficient to run. DeepSeek just accelerated this shift with DSpark. It's an inference framework that speeds up text generation by as much as 85%. It works by moving away from the slow, one-word-at-a-time method of old models. This is speculative decoding. Instead of calculating every single word, a lightweight module guesses several possible next words simultaneously. The main model then verifies only the promising guesses, allowing the AI to sprint through sentences. In a market where model quality is becoming commoditized, dominance now hinges on the physics of the server room, who can render and deliver outputs the fastest. DeepSeek didn't keep this speed advantage for themselves. They released the entire DSpark codebase for free on GitHub, effectively giving away the secret sauce of high-speed inference. The technical advantage here is massive because DSpark requires no model retraining. Any company can attach this module to their existing AI to increase their server throughput by up to 400%. By open sourcing this, DeepSeek instantly evaporated the proprietary lead held by Western giants. The ability to serve AI at high speed is no longer a secret. It's now a baseline requirement for anyone in the market. This surge in speed is now aggressively dismantling traditional software workflows. When AI can respond instantly, it stops being a chatbot and starts becoming a replacement for professional tools. The latest Claude design update proves this. It now imports design systems directly from GitHub, using a company's approved colors and components to build interfaces that are technically perfect from the first prompt. In its first week, 1 million users adopted this workflow. By bypassing the traditional gap between a design and the code, users are generating deployed websites in seconds without ever opening a specialized design app. This automation is exactly why Adobe and Figma saw their stock prices drop. When the distance between an idea and a working product is reduced to a single text prompt, the market for manual design tools begins to shrink. While design and code are being automated, Hollywood is attempting to draw a line in the sand. A24 has partnered with Google DeepMind in a $75 million deal, but the focus is remarkably narrow. They aren't building text-to-video generators to replace actors or sets. Instead, they are developing AI storyboard tools, systems meant to help directors plan shots, not generate the final film. This is a strategic compromise. By forcing AI into a pre-production role, filmmakers are attempting to use the technology's speed without surrendering the creative core of the movie itself. The combination of open-source speed boosts and fierce competition has led to a collapse in the cost of intelligence. This chart shows how quickly the price floor has fallen. 6 months ago, premium AI output cost $30 per million tokens. Today, GPT 5.6 Tera provides comparable quality for just $2.50. This 90% drop has turned high-end AI from a luxury service into a brutal commodity. The industry has moved past the era of the premium model. We have entered an age of industrial-scale price wars, where efficiency is the only way to survive. Even as the US government attempts to soften its stance by allowing a limited, vetted release of models to foreign organizations, the geopolitical landscape has already shifted. Asian enterprises are no longer waiting for permission from Washington. They have spent the last months integrating local alternatives that offer better language support and, more importantly, a permanent refuge from export risk. The global AI market is no longer a single, fluid exchange of ideas. It is crystallizing into rigid regional blocks, each with its own models, its own hardware, and its own rules. With talent and hardware now locked behind national checkpoints, the vision of a borderless intelligence network has faded. In its place, we are seeing the rise of a fractured reality, one defined by geographic checkpoints and sovereign digital empires.